Good morning, everybody. Going to take a look at a couple of passages of scripture this fine Monday morning. Glad to be back, by the way. Took a couple of days off. If you guys missed me, I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. All that really helps with getting this out there, and hopefully, if you guys are being encouraged by it, hopefully someone else would be too. So don't hesitate to kind of put that out there. If you have any questions about anything or any concerns about anything, feel free to reach out to me on any of those platforms. Or if you have my phone number, you can send me a text or give me a call. If you don't like what I'm doing, I apologize, but I really feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so I probably won't stop. But we can talk about it. Anyway, so Proverbs 15 is where we're going to start. Proverbs 15, 1 and 2 says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise commends knowledge, but the mouths of fools pour out folly." So in this passage, we see what it's like to talk to people. It's a difficult thing to always treat people with kindness. It's a difficult thing to always have great things or nice things to say to people. But that's kind of what we're supposed to do, especially as Christians. We're supposed to set an example for the way we speak, the way we talk, the way we interact with people. And our speech can be a constant reflection of our heart. So when you're angry about something and you're trying to hold it in, but you're talking to someone, say at work or something, say you're mad at your significant other or your children or whatever, and you go to work, you're a little bit testy at work, it's because your heart's not right, because you're holding that anger. So therefore, if that anger amounts to live in your heart, you'll speak hateful and harmful words. If your heart is full of love, on the other hand, and kindness, you'll send out words of encouragement and understanding. And it's hard to be in that constant state of love. It's hard to always speak kindness unto others' lives. I watched a scene at Dollar General yesterday. I had to run and get some charcoal for dinner to make a little dinner, and there was a lady there returning some stuff, and let's just say she did not approach those workers with kindness. Now, I get her under her frustration. She had been there for a long time trying to return this stuff, and it's kind of a mess or whatever. Maybe she wasn't being taken care of the way she was supposed to be, but she reacted in a pretty vulgar manner, and those guys are just trying to do their jobs, and a lot of times their hands are tied, and they're just doing the best they can, and I kind of felt sorry for them. Now, my wife would let you know that I don't always hold that kindness in my heart. A lot of times I can be a little harsh, especially with the kids. It's a constant struggle for me. The key, I think, whenever you're confronted with this situation, and this is actually, I get this from a podcast that I listen to pretty much weekly. It's called Chasing Excellence, and it's not Christian. The guy that's on it does not claim to be a Christian, but I think he teaches a lot of Christian values in a way. It's a good podcast, but I don't want to go too far into that. But he talks about this all the time. Whenever you're dealing with a difficult person, someone who's mad at you, maybe even if it's not within your control, you got to take 3 steps. You listen to them and their concern. And that means not trying to talk, not trying to think of the thing to say to defeat their argument. You just sit and you listen. And then you repeat their concern to them. So you, in the case I saw yesterday with the lady trying to return some stuff, she presented her concern. That worker should have said, "Okay, ma'am, so you want to return blah, blah, blah because of this reason." When she says yes, you ask that person with the concern, "How do you want me to fix it?" Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do what they say. So I know, like, I worked in retail for a long time, and I had the same situation where people would want to bring stuff back, and maybe we weren't supposed to bring it back, or they would want their money back and they didn't have the receipt or something like that. They would want their money back, and I would explain to them, "I understand that that's your concern. I understand this is what you want, but based on our policies as a company, we can do this thing. So you always want to provide that person with a solution. Whenever you approach people with kindness, even in the face of not very much kindness, you'll find that a lot of times those situations, they de-escalate, they become less violent, not necessarily physically violent, but verbally violent. And if you try to, those de-escalation processes, it de-escalates, it calms things down, it allows you to provide a solution that makes everybody happy. And sometimes you have to stick to your guns and be like, nah, we're doing it this way. But for the most part, there's some wiggle room in these things. And as a Christian, when you escalate those situations and then you see that person the next Sunday at church and they look at you and go, oh, that's that not very nice word that was rude to me at the store. Or that's that not very nice person who cut me off at traffic or was rude to me at the office or whatever. And it really harms your witness. So the more often that you can approach people with kindness and live that life that Christ wants you to live, it allows you that witness without using your words. And I think that is of vital importance. And we're going to take a look at one more passage of Scripture real quick, and then we'll be done for the day, folks. So Matthew 15:11, it says, I'm actually going to read 10 and 11. And he said, he called the people to him and said to them, hear and understand, it is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth that this defiles a person. So I'm going to read that again because I messed it up pretty good. And he called the people to him and said to them, hear and understand, it is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth. This defiles a person. So keep that in mind as you go through your days, guys. Hopefully everybody that comes in contact with me sees a little bit of encouragement. If not, that's something I have to work on and ask forgiveness for, to be honest. So take this time, say a little prayer for me. Hopefully as I go out and deal with the public today, everything will go good. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow.